The heart of the island. The island was dying. Once lush and vibrant, it now lay parched beneath a relentless sun. The rivers had thinned to trickles, and the lagoons, once mirror-bright, were crusted with salt. For months, no rain had fallen. The clouds drifted past like ghosts, indifferent. The villages of the coast rationed every drop from their dwindling wells, and fear spread like wildfire through their whispers. That was when I volunteered to go. I was no hero, just a fisherman named Kael, my hands more accustomed to nets than blades. But when the elders spoke of an ancient spring, said to lie at the heart of the island, deep within the Emerald Valley, I felt a pull I couldn't explain. Perhaps it was desperation, perhaps it was hope. Either way, I fed out at dawn with only a skin of water, a machete, and a charm my mother had pressed into my palm, a tiny shell tied with vine. The journey begins. The first days were easy enough. The coastal palms gave way to thickets of bamboo, and the air shimmered with heat and the hum of insects. The earth grew dry and cracked, every step releasing a puff of dust. Even the birds had fled inland, as if seeking refuge where water might still flow. By the third day, my lips were split and my water skin nearly empty. I followed the slope of the land upward, guided by faint animal tracks and the memory of stories. Tales of a hidden oasis guarded by the island itself. But the island did not make it easy. The forest of thorns, the first true barrier, was a wall of twisted trees, their bark dark and spined. The forest beyond was a maze of roots and shadows, where every movement seemed to echo. My machete became my only voice, hacking a rhythm through the undergrowth. The scent of resin hung thick in the air, sweet and suffocating. Once, I heard a growl, low, near. The brush rustled. I froze, muscles tight. Then a pair of amber eyes flashed through the dark, a feral boar, tusks gleaming. It charged. I barely dove aside in time. My blade caught its flank and it stumbled, shrieking. I didn't kill it, couldn't, but the encounter left my hands trembling and my chest pounding. The island was alive, and it would test every step I took. The cliff in the rain. On the fifth day, I reached the cliffs, a ridge that split the island in two. From its edge, I saw the interior, a vast expanse of tangled green, steaming under the sun. Somewhere in that endless jungle, water waited, but between me and it, a sheer drop. I climbed. My fingers sought purchase in cracks slick with moss. Pebbles rained down beneath me, disappearing into the mist below. Midway up, thunder rolled, a sound I hadn't heard in weeks. My heart leapt. Clouds gathered on the horizon, black and full. Rain. By the time I coaled myself onto the ridge, the storm had broken. It came all at once, a torrent that soaked the soil and filled the air with the scent of life. I opened my mouth, letting it wash over me, laughing like a madman, but the storm vanished as quickly as it had come, leaving only steam rising from the earth. The thirst eased, but the need remained. I still had to find the spring. The heart of the island. Beyond the ridge lay the valley, a bowl of dense forest veiled in mist. The air was cooler here, and I sensed I was close. I followed a faint sound, like whispering. Not wind, water. Then I saw it, a narrow fissure in the rocks, glimmering with dampness. I squeezed through, scraping my arms on stone, and emerged into a hidden grotto. At its center bubbled a pool, clear and glowing faintly with reflected light from above. Vines hung down like curtains, and the walls shimmered with moss. The sound I had heard was a steady drip, feeding the pool from somewhere deep within the rock. I fell to my knees, cupped the water, and drank. It was cool, sweet, alive. Tears blurred my vision. Then I noticed movement. A figure, old, cloaked in leaves, eyes bright as dew. Not a spirit, but a woman, her skin weathered like bark. She smiled faintly. "You found what the island hides," she said, voice soft as the rain. "Now promise you will share it wisely." I nodded, too stunned to speak. When I blinked, she was gone. Only the sound of water remained. The return. The journey back took days, but it felt different, lighter. I followed a new path and guided by birds and the murmur of unseen streams. When I reached the village, I showed them the vial I had filled, and we followed my steps back into the heart of the island, carving channels to lead the spring's flow down toward the coast. Weeks later, water ran again through our wells, Green shoots broke through the cracked soil. The people sang while they worked, and laughter returned to the nights. As for me, I still go to the spring sometimes. I sit by its edge and listen to the steady rhythm of drops falling into the pool. The island breathes again, and so do I. I went seeking water and found renewal. The spring did not just save our home, it reminded me that even in the driest heart, life waits for courage to set it free.